the new relationship, or the contract that was announced in February, is in the nanomaterials space. It's really focused on infrared materials in next generation sensing applications. And you start thinking about sensing or sensors becoming more and more ubiquitous in our society, whether it's autonomous vehicles and how machines interact with their environment, how humans interact with machines. This is becoming a much bigger deal. There's not a huge amount that I can say about this contract. As we talked about in the RNS, the contract is for commercial supply material, which starts in January 2019. Between now and then, we have a huge amount of work to do in building a new factory, which is being funded by the customer. There's a series of key milestones that we need to hit along the way that we're working towards, but we're tremendously excited. People competing against us were large corporations, highly technical, multi-billion-dollar companies. It really came down to the ability to move quickly and technical competence. And Nanoco's core skill is in our ability to develop, scale up, and manufacture nanoparticles, whether those are infrared quantum dots, whether they're fluorescent red-green dots, whether they're ultraviolet materials, whatever sort of material, we have shown strong capability in figuring these things out. We have a lot of IP in the area, now 600 patent applications, which we continue to develop. We have a whole program on next-gen materials, whether it's in two-dimensional materials that we're working on, which potentially are materials that would be utilized way out, 10 years out. And it's work that our CTO, Dr. Nigel Pickett, is doing with Professor Kostya Novoselov, the Nobel Prize laureate for graphene. A lot of exciting stuff that we're doing, really the very pointy end of science. The display market has been slow. 2017, there's no question, was a difficult year. And we, if you play back a few years, it was only in April 2016 that we moved out from exclusive to non-exclusive and made the decision to try and broaden out the way we went into the market. So not only Dow, but going directly. We then quickly signed up Huahong as a licensee to produce film in Taiwan. We signed up Merck as a second major licensee to manufacture the dots. And we brought our own production up towards the end of 2016 and started selling directly to the customers. And what we've learned is the process takes a long time. It takes time from when you sign your initial NDA to understanding the specification to iterating many times to get that ratio of red and green dots into the film and get that to work effectively with the whole entire TV setup. So match the backlight with the color filter so you're optimizing the TV performance. And it really is an iterative process, often complicated by the fact that the OEM is changing their spec throughout, so you're continually changing and moving on. And then eventually you get to a design win. And our experience now shows that once you get design win, it still is another 6 to 12 months before you go into commercial production. I'm pleased to say that we now are running a number of programs with key Taiwanese OEMs that are moving through to mass production. And those are scaling up, starting with high-performance gaming monitors. And gaming monitors are not only small. Today we're looking at anything from 27 inches up to 65 inches, which almost looks like a TV. But the value proposition is quantum dots give you very much enhanced color, so great visual effect, very rapid response time, so gamers who are playing fast-moving action games get no motion blur comet trails across the screen. Horticultural lighting, very focused on vertical farming. We've developed a lighting system that we're now working with key, initially UK customers to develop that market. And that's around tuning the wavelength of light to match what our specific plant needs. All the data is showing that our lights are enabling the grower to grow crops much faster. So higher yield crops, high quality crops, versus the current incumbent traditional LED technology. So very excited. That market as a whole, based on Yole market reports, looks like it's going to be $27 billion in the next 10 years. So very significant. On the life sciences, Nanoco Life Sciences focused on using the cadmium-free quantum dots to image and diagnose cancer. And that continues to make really solid progress. 2017 was a difficult year. We took our cost base down from 1.1 million pounds spent per month to 700,000 pounds a month, reduced number of employees by 50, so we finished the period with 77 people. We raised a bit of money at the end of the year, about 8 million. So this first half, we finished the period with 8.7 million pounds in the bank. That doesn't include further 1.8 million pounds to come in May from HMRC as an R&D tax refund. Doesn't include any of the funding coming in from our US partner with the nanomaterials business. So from a cash point of view, the company is in a very strong position.